I'll terminate Joe Biden's radical plan to kill Michigan's economy by repealing his insane electric vehicle mandate. Is that the craziest thing? Is that the craziest thing? Everybody's going to have an electric vehicle. By 2030, he wants everyone to have an electric vehicle. There's a problem. They're very expensive and they don't go far. Not going far is not good. Also, they're not going to be made in Michigan. They're going to be made in China. Every single one going to be made in China. United Auto Workers, I just want to tell you, the head of the United Auto Workers has really let you down to agree with that whole situation that they just did. That's so good for China and it's so bad for Michigan. But I'm going to turn it around. We're bringing the car industry back to Michigan. We're going to put tariffs on foreign cars, and we're bringing the car industry. We're putting tariffs on foreign cars. We're bringing the car industry back to Michigan. The Biden electric vehicle mandate will be an economic bloodbath. You know, they like to use that word bloodbath now. When I said it, it was perfectly stated. They make it sound bad, but it will be an economic bloodbath. Crooked Joe will rip out your auto jobs and send them immediately to China, who, by the way, you know, he's a Manchurian candidate. He makes a lot of money from China. They give him a lot of money. What's that all about? Under the Trump administration, we're going to take jobs out of China and bring jobs back to Michigan. We're going to keep Chinese cars the hell out of America. We don't want them. We don't want Chinese cars. Joe Biden wants to take your gasoline-powered cars and trucks all about within 6 years. He wants to make them electric. It doesn't work. You know, if you want an electric car, I think it's great. I'm all for it. But if you want a gasoline combustion, if you want to have a hybrid, whatever the hell you want, you should be able to get. Everything will go to very expensive electric vehicles, which don't go, they just have such problems. But they have one problem that is insurmountable. If I want to drive from beautiful Michigan, let's say to Mar-a-Lago, what do I have to do? Stop about 7 times? It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. And they want to turn army tanks all electric, so that as we go into enemy territory, shooting and shooting and killing and shooting and taking it over, we keep their air nice and clean, right? Isn't that nice? Where do they think? You know, I said something before. I just left Wisconsin. We had an incredible rally in Wisconsin. You know, I got to do 2 of these things a day. You know why? Because I'm in New York all the time with the Biden trial. Biden trial. A fake trial that all of the legal scholars say is a disgrace. It's a fake trial. They do it to try and take your powers away, try and take your candidate away that's killing them in the polls. You know, if I didn't run, or if I was like in 4th place or 5th place or not doing well, none of those trials would exist. But we're beating them so big in the polls, your heart is going to swell. We got to get them out. And remember this, they also want to take your gas stoves. They want to give you very little water in your dishwashers and your washing machines. You know, they want washing machines with very little water. And I'm talking about in states like your state, you don't have a water problem. You do have a water problem. You have too much water. They want to take your water out of your washing machines, your dishwashers. They want to put water restrictors on your sinks and showers. You know, I ended all of that. People would buy a new home, and they were so proud, and they'd say, darling, it's so good. There's only one problem, darling, the sink. No water comes out, like drip, drip, drip. And darling, I have beautiful hair, but I can't do anything because in the shower, the water doesn't come out. Darling, I want to get out of this house. I hate it. And I say to them, take off the restrictor. But now they made the restrictor where you can't take it off unless you have a blowtorch, okay? Like our auto workers do, actually. They want your apartments and homes with small windows and every other crazy thing they can think of. They don't want you to have large windows because they're not as good with the sun. Actually, in many cases, they're better. I will end all of these ridiculous quality of life destroying mandates just as I did just 3.5 years ago.